science. In this video, we will study the cell, its structure and function, and mainly we are going to study the cell theory here. And in this video, I have taken the PDF of ICSE textbook, and students can ease that they need not to spend extra time for reading books while watching this video. So let's get started. Cell, the unit of life. So what is cell? First of all, we need to know that the study of cell is known as the cytology. Okay, so the cell is the unit of life. When we say that it is unit of life, it means that all the living organisms, be those microbes or the plants or animals, so every living being is made up of cell. So cell is the fundamental structural and functional unit of all living beings. So it is the smallest part of the body of an organism which is capable of independent existence and of performing the essential functions of life. So we know that cells form the tissues, and the tissues compose the organs. Organs make the organ system and hence an organism. So every organ in our body, the skin, the brain, the muscle or even the bone, is composed of hundreds of thousands of such cells. Similarly, every part of plant, be those the leaves, the flowers, the root and even the wood, is composed of an exceedingly large number of cells. So now we know that in human life also we are undergoing various stages. We are infants, then we just grow up, right, then adults, then we become old. Likewise, cell is also having its own life. Old and weak cells in the body continually keep dying, and they are simultaneously replaced by the new cells. Now from where these new cells are coming? They come from the division of the pre-existing cells. It means that pre-existing cell give rise to the new cells. So cell reproduce. All living organisms, including ourselves, start life as a single cell, and that single cell is what? It is the egg. So egg is undergoing the divisions by which new cells are being formed, and they form the tissue, and hence a full organism is formed. Cells are so small that they cannot be seen with the naked eye, right? So for viewing such a small thing, we need some magnifying aid, and it was first Antony van Leeuwenhoek who invented a simple microscope where he used a biconvex lens, right, and the magnifying power was 200 times. So to view more structure of the cell, a compound microscope was discovered by Robert Hooke, an English scientist. So in this figure you can see the simple microscope with one lens, and on the right side you can at the same time see Robert Hooke's microscope, also known as the compound microscope, because it is having two lenses for achieving greater magnification. Okay, so yes, now let's come to the cell theory. So there were two scientists, botanist and a zoologist, who propounded the cell theory. So it was Matthias Schleiden and Theodor Schwann. Matthias Schleiden in 1838, a German botanist, announced that every part is made up of a large number of cells, and he added that each of these cells performed various life processes. We know that being in this body, we are performing various functions, our structures are performing the functions, and we are performing, hence we are carrying out the activities, right? So that is why we say that cell are the structure and functional unit of life. Then 1 year later, Theodor Schwann, he was a German zoologist. Now you know botanist is person who studies the plants, zoologist is the person who studies the animals. So Matthias Schleiden made this or gave the points of this theory after studying the plant cell, whereas Theodor Schwann gave similar points after studying the animal cell. And Theodor Schwann declared that all animals and plants are composed of cells which serve as units of structure and function. This in short is called the cell theory. Then after this theory was proposed in the year 1839, another scientist in 1858, Rudolf Virchow, he added one point in the cell theory by saying that all cells arise from the pre-existing cells. So here you can see the main principles of the cell theory. First one you can see it was given by Matthias Schleiden, that all organisms are composed of one or more cells. And the second one we can see that it is the smallest units of life, and we can add into it that they are structural and functional units of life. And this was given by Schwann. And the last point, that cells come from pre-existing cells, it was given by Rudolf Virchow, and Rudolf Virchow gave the term for this as omnis cellula e cellula. This is very important to know that what it means. Omnis cellula e cellula, it means that cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay. So that is all for this video. If you have any queries, you may comment in the chat box, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you.